AITA for letting my boss crash and burn after he stole credit for everything I built? So here's what happened. I was hired by this mid-sized tech startup based in California, but I lived in Boston. Remote gig, solid salary. They brought me in to build their contracts department from scratch. Literally, there was nothing when I started. No templates, no policies, no CRM, just chaos and random-ass PDFs stored in someone's Dropbox. I spent the first 6 months buried in work. Not kidding, I was putting in 12-hour days trying to clean up garbage agreements that were basically just email threads and duct tape. But by month 7, we had a real system. Templates, approval chains, version control, training docs, the works. By the 1-year mark, we were running smooth as hell. I had a team of 3, all trained by me. No missed deadlines, no compliance issues. Legal was happy, finance was happy. Hell, even sales stopped bitching. Then they brought in these efficiency consultants to analyze all departments. Every department got some sort of restructuring or leadership shuffle, except contracts. Their exact words were, "We found no points of inefficiency here. This team is a model for operational maturity." As a thank you, the company gave me a bonus trip. Bahamas, fully paid. They even flew my partner out on the final day. It felt like a damn victory lap. So naturally, when I got back, I sat down with my boss, let's call him Mark, and said, "Hey, I'd like to talk about moving into a director role. I've basically been doing the work for a while now." Mark goes, "You're not quite there yet." I'm like, "Okay, what's missing? Can you give me a path?" He emails me the next day with a bullet list of director-level responsibilities. I kid you not, it was literally everything I was already doing, line for line. The only thing not on the list was give Mark credit for breathing. I called him out. "Hey, I've been doing all this, what's actually missing?" And this man dead ass tells me, "Well, if we moved you to director, then I wouldn't be able to speak to your work as directly in leadership meetings." I sat there like, "What? You mean you wouldn't be able to take credit for it?" He says nothing, just that fake-ass corporate smile. My friend said I had 2 options, leave or put up and shut up. I chose option 3. I killed him with kindness. I told Mark I was so sorry for overstepping, that I appreciated his guidance and that maybe I got ahead of myself. Then I printed out the actual manager job description from HR and taped it on my cubicle wall like some damn Pinterest affirmation. Every task outside that scope? Not my job. You want me to review that new comp structure? Not in my role. Need me on the product sales sync? Sorry, that's above my pay grade. Can I jump in on this MSA with legal? Only if you want me to do director work unpaid. I watched everything unravel. So, remember how I said everything started unraveling? Let me break it down. First, sales started freaking out because contract turnaround times went from 24 hours to like 2 weeks. Why? Because I stopped doing their stupid last-minute deals and shortcuts. Before, I used to babysit reps, clean up their slop, and push things through to help hit quarterly numbers. Now, I was just doing my actual job, reviewing contracts, not salvaging garbage. They complained to Mark. Mark came to me. "You're not being as agile as you used to be." And I go, "Yeah, I'm following the documented manager responsibilities now. Agility isn't listed anywhere." He blinked, literally blinked like an NPC who just got hit with a logic grenade. Next, product starts yelling because some clause in a new client agreement apparently committed us to delivering a feature in 6 weeks. A feature that wasn't even in the dev roadmap. Turns out Mark had approved the red line himself. No legal review, no product alignment, just vibes. I sat in the corner of that Zoom call sipping a LaCroix while product went nuclear. Who the hell approved this clause? Silence. Mark approved it, someone from legal muttered. He tried to blame me until I pulled up the Slack receipts and screen shared the approval timestamp. I said nothing, just let the receipts cook. Then came the commissions fiasco. Some junior rep figured out he could get full commission on contracts with termination for convenience clauses if the contract value was entered a certain way. Basically, he gamed the system to look like he landed million-dollar deals, when in reality the client could cancel anytime with no penalty. Mark approved it. Again, no finance review, CFO lost her SAT. She looped in our controller, who looped in HR, who finally pulled me into a meeting. "Did you approve any of these structures?" "Nope." "Did you flag any of this?" "Once. I flagged that one amendment that looked shady as hell. Mark told me it was fine." That's when the CEO got involved. And here's where it gets hilarious, because up until this point, I was still getting good feedback. My immediate team was chill. Other departments knew I had boundaries now, and people respected it. Some even told me they wished they could do the same. But Mark was melting. People said he was carrying those squishy stress balls around, like physically gripping them in meetings, fidgeting non-stop. There was one story about him mumbling "these fucking contracts" under his breath on a team call, forgetting he wasn't on mute. Oh, and he started emailing me long lists of suggestions I could take on to boost visibility. Things like organizing cross-functional lunches, running internal trainings, mentoring sales reps. Basically, unpaid director T. I just replied, "Thanks. These all sound like great ideas for a director-level role. Let me know when it's posted." Nothing after that. I had so much free time now, it was stupid. I started studying during the workday, knocked out 2 certifications, even booked a recurring massage appointment every other Thursday, and left early to hit the gym before it got packed. My manager was drowning, and I was thriving. Then, randomly, he gave me a 7% bonus. Just an email from HR one morning saying I'd been rewarded for team stability and high performance. It was his peace offering, like, "Please take back the wheel, I'll throw you a bone." I smiled, screenshotted my manager job description again, and kept cruising. Alright, so by this point, the ship's taking on water. Contracts are falling through the cracks, sales numbers are cooked, products pushing deadlines back like crazy because of Mark's signed commitments, and HR is quietly making rounds asking people how they feel about team structure. But Mark? Oh no, he's still trying to play it cool, like some corporate Gordon Ramsay juggling flaming pans while the kitchen's on fire. He calls me into a one-on-one out of nowhere. "Hey, I just want to align real quick," which already means bullshit's about to happen. That's his go-to phrase before asking me to clean up something he messed up. "So," he starts, tapping his pen like a crackhead, "I've been thinking, I really value your input, and I know we've had some bumps with titles and scope, but maybe we can take a fresh approach. Just move past that and focus on outcomes." I just sat there. Then he drops this. "Would you be open to expanding some of your responsibilities again? Just organically. No formal change, just pitching in like you used to." I go, "So, doing the director job again?" He goes, "Well, not exactly, just the leadership aspects." I pulled up the HR portal. Again. "Mark, my current job description says I'm responsible for my team and contract reviews. I've been delivering on that. If you want me to do cross-functional leadership, own cross-departmental workflows, and oversee product-aligned negotiation, that's director. Put it in writing and we'll talk." Silence. This dude sighed and started rubbing his forehead like I was the difficult one. "Okay, no pressure," he muttered. "Just think about it." I already had. The answer was no. But here's where it all started to spiral in public. 2 weeks later, our controller sends out a clarification memo about commission structure changes, basically admitting we'd been hemorrhaging money thanks to improper approvals. Then someone leaks the actual redlined clause Mark approved. I'm not exaggerating. It was copy-pasted from some random client's terms without even adjusting the names. Like it literally said, "Client reserves the right to terminate this agreement with no penalty upon 30 days notice." And Mark initialed it like a damn intern. Finance starts scrambling. Product halts rollout on a feature we'd been advertising for 6 months. CEO finally calls an all-hands alignment meeting. Y'all, this man Mark starts the call by thanking everyone for rolling with the turbulence and then goes full TED Talk. "We've identified key areas for operational reinforcement. We're going to be elevating our accountability model across the board." Then he brings up my name. "In particular, I want to thank OP for continuing to lead with consistency. Your structure has been a beacon during this time." I didn't smile. I didn't even blink, because I knew what he was doing. He was trying to frame me as the loyal workhorse so I'd feel morally obligated to take the wheel back. Nope, not happening. I logged off that call and went straight to my PTO dashboard. I had unlimited PTO, never used it. Time to cash in. I took 10 business days straight. I wrote a short note. "Taking 2 weeks of PTO for personal development and rest. Team is covered. Back on date." He replied with just, "Okay." Didn't even try to call me. So I come back from my 2-week PTO feeling great. Tan, rested, 3 books finished, 1 certification knocked out, gym every day. Literally the best headspace I'd been in since college. First day back, I log into Slack and immediately notice a weird vibe. Channels are quiet. People are passive typing like they're scared to hit send. Even the shitpost crew in Hadlet Random were acting like they were on parole. I check my email. Calendar invite from HR. Organizational alignment touchpoint. No details. Just me, some random HR rep, and a blank agenda. That's when my coworker Lisa pings me. She's one of the few real ones. "Hey, you back?" "Yeah, what's going on? Why is everyone acting like it's purge day?" She types, then stops, then starts again. "You didn't hear? There's layoffs. Today. They're doing them in waves." I literally respond, "Wait, am I on the list?" She just sends the neutral face emoji. Cool. Fast forward an hour. I join the HR call. They're late. Typical. Then finally I hear a click and some HR lady I've never even met says, "Hi there, thank you for joining. This meeting is to inform you that today will be your last day with the company. Just like that. No preamble. No, how was your PTO? Just cold turkey layoff script. I don't say anything. I just sit there. She keeps talking. This decision is not reflective of your performance. We're restructuring several departments, and unfortunately, I cut her off. Let me guess. Contracts was too expensive and Mark said I was redundant? She freezes for half a second. I can't speak to the rationale beyond what's in your packet. Wait. Packet. She sends me some Google Drive link like this is fucking high school homework. Then I ask, out of curiosity, is Mark still with the company? She hesitates. Yes, he is not impacted by today's actions. Cool. So I'm let go after building the department from scratch, after being the only reason it didn't go up in flames, and he's safe. And the kicker? I wasn't even supposed to be laid off. I find this out 2 days later. My team lead messages me from her personal number. She's like, hey, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but someone told me your name was never originally on the list. Mark apparently added it last minute when the CFO asked if he had redundancies in his org. Let me be clear. I was the only one in my department laid off. Not the new hire I trained, not the junior guy who once submitted a contract to a wrong client, not even the admin who scheduled meetings in different time zones. Just me. Because Mark knew I was done being his cleanup crew, and he couldn't risk having someone around who knew he was incompetent. I didn't even respond, just closed WhatsApp and took a walk. But here's where the plot flips. 3 months later, I get hired by a new company, way bigger, more organized, fully remote, 35% salary increase, actual director title, full autonomy. Guess who reaches out to congratulate me on LinkedIn? Fucking Mark. He sends a message saying, hey, saw your update, wishing you all the best in your new role. Let's stay in touch. I don't block him, I don't respond. I leave him on read. All right, let's wrap this up. So I'm at the new job now, new title, real team. The CEO actually knows who I am, and not because I fixed someone else's mess. I'm making more money, sleeping better, and nobody asked me to lead without a title, like that's some noble thing instead of corporate gaslighting. But I'll be real, I kept tabs on my old company. Not obsessively, but curiosity, LinkedIn snooping, industry blogs, all that. A month after I started my new role, I hear from a recruiter friend that my old company's contracts department is now fully outsourced. Apparently, they had to bring in a third-party legal ops firm because no one internally knew how to run the damn thing. The people I trained either left or got reassigned because Mark didn't know what to do with them without me holding the framework together. Then someone from product hits me up out of nowhere. Hey, do you know if we ever closed that big deal with Talentsoft? I'm like, dude, I haven't worked there in months. He's like, oh yeah, makes sense. Nobody knows where the latest red line is. Mark said you handled it. LMAO. The guy was still blaming me for stuff after I was gone. Now here's where karma tries to come in. 2 months ago, the company quietly announced leadership changes. Mark's name was missing from the new org chart. No post, no update, no cheesy farewell message, just gone. Want to guess who replaced him? A guy I trained at a previous company 5 years ago. He messages me the same week. Hey, I inherited Mark's org, just wanted to say he really fucked them over. Everyone talks about how you ran that department like a machine. Respect. That's it. No parade, no gloating, just validation. And yeah, I'd be lying if I said it didn't feel good, but it's also a little bitter because I loved that company. I loved the team, the culture, even the dumb Slack memes people used to spam at 4 p.m. I wasn't trying to be some petty genius playing 4D chess. I just wanted to be recognized for doing a good job. Instead, I had to sit back and watch some guy get promoted for stealing my work, then panic when the scaffolding collapsed around him. I guess my only real regret is that I didn't leave sooner. I wasted too much time trying to earn something from someone who was never gonna give it. And for what? Loyalty? Pride? Nah. I work my hours now. I log off when I'm done. I don't reply to quick messages on Sundays. I don't chase titles that don't come with real power. I just do my job, do it well, and make sure the people I train know their worth. And if another Mark ever tries to pull that shit again, I'll walk. No speeches, no second chances, just out. Because once you stop cleaning up someone else's mess, you realize you were never the problem. Thanks for watching. If you liked the story, hit subscribe. See you in the next one.